This is a Ruger Wrangler, bought in August of 2020. This is the black Cerakote version. It's chambered in .22 long rifle. It's been out for a couple of years, and I never got to handle one or shoot one till I went and looked to see what they had in stock at the store. And they had silver, black, and bronze, and I wasn't too happy with the way the finish looked on the silver or bronze one, and I really like the way it looks on the black one, so I picked black. So this is the first target from the Ruger Wrangler, for the first time I ever took it out. This was between 7 and 8 yards away, and it's not so great, but you know, I had Winchester M22 ammo, and I was just trying to see if I could hit the target at all, and it's not too bad, considering that I had never shot it before. I shot a bunch of steel plates at 50 feet as well, and it consistently hits the steel plates. I think they're 6-inch plates. I'm not sure, I never measured the plates, but I would assume they are 6 inches at 50 feet, and it plinks those things pretty consistently. I won't say 100%, but that's just my shooting. So, it's relatively accurate. It's a really decent little shooter. Has a barrel that's not even 5 inches long, so it's not bad for a .22 long rifle single action revolver. So my first impressions of this little pistol are really good. I really like it. I think it's hefty enough. It points well. It shoots well. It's got a crisp enough trigger. It's actually, I think it's got a good trigger. It's the sights are not awful. They're not horrible. They're very similar to a Vaquero. A little notch in the back and a blade in the front. I think with some practice you could really get good with this thing. Like I say, I was shooting plates at 50 feet with it right out of the gate with the Winchester M22 ammo. And I'm sure if you had different ammo you could find one that it likes better than others, but I don't have a lot of different .22 ammo. It's a crisp enough trigger. It's built well enough. There's a couple of things about it that I noticed that are not so great, but they're not game changers for me. They're not a deal breaker for me. I'll show you the first thing I noticed as soon as I got it out of the box. If you look right there, there's that little blemish in the Cerakote. That blemish was there when it was brand new right out of the box. I took it out of the plastic and I saw this little white speck and I thought, oh, I wonder, that's not too cool. But that was that. I've seen online people complain about how hard the loading gate is to open. It is tight, but I actually don't mind it. And when you open the loading gate, you can spin the cylinder either way. Now, on my particular model, you can feel the cylinder dragging back up in here. And if you look, the frame right here actually drags on my cylinder. And I'll show you in a second how I know that. It's very tight in the front, but you can see a gap in there. But you can't see a gap in here. And the reason you can't really see a gap is because there isn't one. I'll show you that in a second. So if you look right in here, see how the Cerakote is worn off right here? This is after the gun has fired, I believe it's 66 rounds. It may have been 72 rounds. I kind of lost count. Now the Cerakote is worn off here where the gate opens and closes. And it's worn off here where this cylinder, which you can see, the steel has rubbing marks on it. The cylinder is rubbing right there, and it has rubbed off the Cerakote. Again, not a game changer for me, not a deal breaker, but I was a little disappointed that the Cerakote is wearing off. I haven't even put 100 rounds in it. I'm sure at most it's 72. It's either 66 or 72 rounds have been through this. It's basically brand new. I took it home, cleaned it, brought it to the range, and took it home and cleaned it again. And that's it. That's all that's been done to it. It's 66 or 72 rounds, and the Cerakote is worn off under here. It's wearing off there, which honestly I hadn't noticed how worn it was on the gate right there until just now on camera, because I wasn't paying attention to that so much as I was this. And right here it's starting to wear off as well, which honestly, it's an inexpensive gun and it's sort of like a range toy in a way, but that's still disappointing. That I thought that the coating would hold up better than that. I'm actually very surprised at how it is in here, because I had only seen like a small mark when I was cleaning it in here on the gate, and now that I've cleaned it and put it away and then taken it out to look at the camera, I can really see how that's really worn off. Yeah, I mean, that's pretty disappointing to me. But right here, I don't really think it's supposed to be so tight that it wears like that. Now, having said all of that, I think it's a great little gun. I may or may not contact Ruger about the coating and the rubbing. I'm not even sure. Because, it's $200 or less really for one of these guns. It's accurate. It seems hefty enough to probably withstand a lot of use. I'm just disappointed in the coating, and I think long term, I take really good care of my guns. Most of them have had thousands and thousands of rounds through them, and they look fantastic because I take really good care of them. This one is going to look awful if I put thousands of rounds through it. I mean, it's got 66 or 72, and it's got that much wear already. It's only going to get worse. Anyway, I hate to sound so negative because I love the gun. I think it's great, actually. Operated great, it points great, it feels good, it's got enough weight to it so that it's a nice, plinking gun. But the coating is a flaw if it rubs off like that. Guys, if you can, make sure you check out the Reloaders Network. Head over to the reloadersnetwork.com. There's a whole bunch of like-minded people over there that like guns and hunting and reloading, bullet casting, and there's a lot going on over there. A lot of really great guys. You can learn a lot and have some fun chatting online and such like that. Till next time, stay safe. Thanks for your time. Have a great day.